For anyone on here that hasn't seen one of my scopes before, my name is Amy Koretsky. I am an acupuncturist, health coach, Chinese herbalist, jack of all health trades here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I specifically work with creative entrepreneurs, helping them fuel their hustle with their health. And today I had a blog post up on the beingboss.club blog. It's under beingboss.club/articles/clients-energy-vampires, and it's a blog post about what to do if your clients turn into energy vampires and how to protect yourself. So for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with what an energy vampire is, it's basically a person that when you spend time with them, you just feel drained afterwards. Like sometimes think about your best friend, either your business bestie or your BFF, and when you hang out with them and you just get so excited and so energized, and when you leave you feel like you're on cloud 9 for hours to come. You have all this energy. Do I know where the term energy vampire comes from? No, I mean, I feel like it's been around for a long time. I don't feel like I coined that term. I think I've heard it a lot before, but I'm not sure where it originated from. But so an energy vampire is like the opposite. Like instead of giving you energy and filling up your energetic cup, it like drains you of all your energy. And instead of feeling like you're getting sucked dry by a vampire, you feel like all of your energy is leaving you. You've been blessed with some amazing clients, but this is good for the future. Absolutely. So so let me start over. There's a blog post that I wrote that y'all should check out on beingboss.club. In it, I give you 3 different strategies to protect yourself from energy vampires, but they're all kind of based in this Chinese medicine theory that I want to talk about today. So the Chinese medicine theory is, it's called Wei Qi. Wei is W-E-I, Qi is Q-I. So it's Wei Qi, and what that is the defensive Qi of your body. Everybody has it. You could also, from a Western medical perspective, kind of consider it your immune system. Our Wei Qi is what helps us. It's our kind of defensive layer that keeps you from coming down with colds and flus and every little thing that you interact with. Yeah, energy vampire. So it's someone that's kind of like sucking all of the energy out of you, which can happen with clients. Like think about maybe a client experience that you've had before, and every time you get off the phone with them, you just feel exhausted, or every time you see their email like pop up in your inbox, you just like have this sense of dread. I would call that an energy vampire for sure. So Wei Qi is our defensive Qi, and we use that on a day-to-day basis when we are protecting ourselves and our immune system. But Wei Qi can also be considered our energetic immune system too. Your friend's mom always tells you this stuff. That's awesome. I want to hear more about that. But so it also protects our energetic layer as well. It's basically the layer, the etheric layer that is between us and everybody else's energy. So if you think about it, think about someone that you love. You generally know, even if your eyes are closed, if they're close to you, because your energetic layers are coming together and like merging. And it goes out about 3 feet in front of you, the energetic layer. Yeah, because the bad energy that you traipse around with, that gets on your shoes through walking around in your feet, so you have to leave that energy at the door. That's a really good point. But so our Wei Qi kind of goes out like 3 feet in front of us. During the day, our Wei Qi is out at the surface level, so it's at the surface of our body, can go out a little bit further even. And at nighttime when we're sleeping, it goes deep inside of us and it circulates inside of our organs. The Wei Qi is strengthened by our digestive system. So the thing that I really want to drive home with you today is that there is a deep, deep, deep connection between your digestive system and your immune function. And you can think of this as an actual Western immune function, or you can think of it as an energetic immune function. Either way, they work the same. So what that means is that the kinder you are to your digestive system, the more healthy foods that you're fueling your body with, the stronger your defensive Qi is. Your Wei Qi is going to be stronger depending upon what you eat. It's like a Chinese classic literature. It's called the Ling Shu. It's one of the old Chinese classics that we study when you're in acupuncture school. But there's a quote in the Ling Shu that I don't remember what it says exactly, but basically what they're trying to say is that the defensive qi, or the wei qi, comes from the spleen. And in Chinese medicine, the spleen organ controls all digestive function. So what they're saying is what you put into your body and how you treat your digestive energy is going to be reflective in your defensive energy. And so there's actually Western scientific evidence now that shows that a lot of our immune system resides in our gut, specifically our large intestine and the microbiome that is inhabiting in that, which is like the live bacteria that's in our guts. So it's funny that what somebody wrote thousands and thousands of years ago in China is being proven today with modern medicine. So in order to have your protective layer, both energetically and from disease, you need to treat your gut well. So then what does that mean? That means eating as much like whole foods as possible. Someone asked me recently in a scope what I considered like a whole food, and my response was that if your great grandparents knew what it was and could identify it as a food, then it's a real food. Hey, Desiree. So that's a really good way to know if it is a whole food, because a lot of times you can like look at things on the store at Whole Foods and maybe only has like 6 ingredients, and that's great, and so you think you're like doing really well, but if you take it out of the package, it looks like a orange cracker in the shape of a fish, where if you were to show an orange cracker in the shape of a fish to your great grandparents, they would be like, what is this? What are you trying to do to me? Especially if it's neon orange like most of them are. So that's like a really great way to know if you're eating whole foods. So the first thing you can do to strengthen your digestive system in order to strengthen your protective barrier is to eat whole foods. The second thing you can do is to limit your sugar. Sugar is going to do a couple things that aren't so great for the body. One of them, and the one that I'm most interested in right now, is it's going to affect your microbiome. The microbiome is that ecosystem of bacteria, the good guy bacteria that lives in your digestive system and eats insoluble fiber and creates a lot of good benefits in our gut. Specifically today, what we want to talk about is that how it affects the immune system in a positive way. So by eating sugar, you're actually harming your natural microbiome, which you don't want to do. You don't want to harm your microbiome. It's so important. Wedding stress is making you crave sugar so much. It's the only thing that tastes good. I wish you had done the 21-day sugar detox with us. It really helped me with my sugar cravings because my wedding is this weekend. Also, I have added a little bit of sugar back in now that the 21-day sugar detox is over. But last night I went out for dinner with my parents because it was my dad's birthday, and I had like 2 spoonfuls of dessert, and that was it. I like pushed away the rest. My mom is on this scope. She can attest to it. It happened, which never would have happened before. So I can tell you right now that like that sugar detox for sure changed the way my sugar cravings work for me, big time. You should contact me. Let's chat about it. I'm going to be running more sugar detox programs in the future. I would love to have you on board with that. That would be great. Okay, so limiting sugar, and then the reason why we're limiting sugar is to balance our microbiome, but there's other things we can do to actually increase the microbiome. You've done the sugar detox before. You should do it again. Well, you shouldn't. There's no such thing as should. I don't want to should all over you, but if you want to do a sugar detox, then I support you in your choice. Yeah, my mom had to finish that great dessert all on her own. But so supporting the microbiome, the other thing we can do to support the microbiome is to eat lots of fermented foods. I did not just quit it cold turkey. Well, I kind of did, but there's a whole program. Sign up on my email list, and I'll be sending out more information about that really soon. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, it was really awesome. I'm really glad that you were able to join us. Okay, so eating fermented foods is going to boost your microbiome. So what are fermented foods? Basically anything with live active cultures in it. So you could think of yogurt, although a lot of yogurt has a lot of sugar in it, so finding an unsweetened yogurt. And then any sort of pickle, like sauerkraut, sour pickles, pickled carrots. Pickled carrots are like my new favorite thing. Kombucha, kimchi. These are all great living foods that have live active cultures in them. Yes, kombucha. I love kombucha. And so eating these foods on a regular basis is going to help increase the microbiome as well. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you all today is that it's so important to be kind to your gut and to really focus on what foods you're putting in your belly. Pickles are your favorite. You could eat a jar at a time. I love pickles too. You have low blood sugars. It might be interesting. I wonder, do you actually have you been tested for low blood sugar, or is it just that you get kind of weak and headachy and stuff when you haven't eaten in a while? Because if you have diagnosed low blood sugar, that is a completely different thing. But if you just have like low blood sugar where you feel like weak and fainty and irritable if you haven't eaten in a while, what you most likely have is just uncontrolled blood sugar. And so that you have super high spikes and then super low crashes, and it's like a roller coaster. Whereas what you want to do and what the sugar detox does, because the sugar detox is not carbohydrate free. There's absolutely carbohydrates in it, but what it does is it teaches you to have more stable blood sugar as opposed to these like highs and lows. Very, very few people in the world actually have clinically diagnosed low blood sugar. Then you need to talk to your doctor about doing a program like that. Absolutely. So it's just really important that we treat our gut really well, because our Wei Qi, our defensive Qi, both in our immune system function, but also our energetic function, because the Wei Qi does both immune system and energetic defenses, is based in the digestive system. So that's what I really want to drive home with you all today, is that you need to treat your belly well if you are trying to deal with energy vampires from an energetic standpoint, but also dealing with viruses, bacteria, stuff like that from an immune system standpoint. And if you want to hear my 3 tips for dealing with energy vampires in your business, then you're going to want to go to beingboss.club/articles/clients-energy-vampires. I will flip the camera in again in a minute to show you that written out, but that's where my article is written today. It's on the Being Boss blog, and I hope you all get a chance to hop over there and read it today. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Does anybody have any questions or anything? I've got about 5 more minutes before I have to get my room ready for my first patient of the day, but I'm more than happy to chat and answer any questions you might have. Another thing for dealing with energy vampires, or less dealing with energy vampires, but just more like clearing the energy in general. Something I like to do in my office is like in between patients, or in between, say I'm working with patients in the morning and then I'm going to stay in my office and get some like writing done, or say I've got client meetings in the morning and then I'm writing in the afternoon. I would like to do things that like clear the energy of the space in between that like batch process. So I'll do things like sage the room, or use like sound, like I'll use the Tibetan bowl. Thanks, Jessica, for putting it in there. Awesome. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go get married. I'll come back a married woman next time I'm on here, okay? Thanks, everyone.